আসসালামু আলাইকুম। আমি সাইফুর রহমান, ওয়ার্ল্ড ওয়াইড এডুকেশন অ্যান্ড মাইগ্রেশন সার্ভিসেস থেকে লাইভে এসেছি আপনাদের সামনে। আপনারা জানেন যে এই কোভিড সিচুয়েশনে আমরা অনলাইনে আপনাদেরকে বিভিন্ন ইউনিভার্সিটি গুলো নিয়ে লাইভ ইনফরমেশন সেশন আয়োজন করে আসতেছি, এবং ভেরি শর্ট পিরিয়ডে আমরা লাইভ গুলো অর্গানাইজ করছি, যাতে যে অল্প সময়ের মধ্যে 30 মিনিটস বিশেষ করে আপনারা যাতে অল্প সময়ে আপনাদের যে প্রয়োজনীয় যে ইনফরমেশন গুলো, সেই ইনফরমেশন গুলো আপনারা এখান থেকে আমাদের লাইভ গুলো সেশন থেকে কালেক্ট করতে পারেন। আজকে আমাদের সাথে আছে ল্যাম্পটন কলেজ থেকে লোরেনা সলিস। উনি রিক্রুটমেন্ট কোঅর্ডিনেটর এবং স্টুডেন্ট অ্যাডভাইজার। হ্যালো লোরেনা,
Hello, everyone. Nice to be
হাউ আর
here
ইউ?
with you, and thank you to Worldwide Education for inviting me. Thank you.
You are most welcome, and we are very happy to have you with us. And I hope from you, students will get a very informative session. Okay, so let's start with the COVID situation. How is the situation in Canada, and how your government actually dealing with this situation?
Thank you. That is a really important question at this time. I think that Canada is in a really good place. Vaccination started some weeks ago. I have already had my vaccination, and things are moving, right? So there's many people who have received their vaccination, and things are going towards that place. We are very positive that with vaccination and the other restrictions that we have, we will be able to continue offering our programs for the fall. Right now, the May intake is going to start in a few days. The students can start here in Canada if they have their visa, or they can start from their own country online, and then when they get the visa, they can travel. The most important part is to follow the guidelines, right? So we are a public college, so we have to follow the guidelines from the federal government of Canada and the provincial government of Ontario. So the priority is for our community to be safe and healthy, and that community includes the students. So we have our protocols, the safe distancing, the masking, and everything that you need to do, sanitizing your hands, washing your hands to come into the campus. Right now, the campus is open for some labs that are required in some programs, but most of the academic delivery is online. We don't know if this is going to continue for the fall, but we will keep everyone updated, and it will be always according to the guidelines from the government so that everyone is safe.
So, Canadian border is still open, and students are also flying to the Canada, right?
Yes, the Canadian border is open. As long as you have a visa, you can travel. We are receiving students every day from all parts of the world. So if the student has a visa, they can travel. Mhm.
Okay. So, if you give us a little idea about Lambton College and its campuses as well.
For sure. So as I was saying, Lambton College is a public college. We belong to the government of Ontario. That is really important for the students from international markets who want to come to Canada and stay in Canada to work and maybe become a permanent resident or a citizen of Canada. Public colleges provide the benefits for migration that are important for international students. When you study at Lambton College, a program, and then you graduate, you successfully finish your program and you graduate, then you can apply for a postgraduate work permit. That will allow you to stay here in Canada to work legally. And after 1 year, you can apply for permanent residence or citizenship. So it's a process. The first step of this process is to become a student, then graduate, then apply for the postgraduate work permit and work here, and then you can apply for permanent residence. So it's a process, as I say, but it's really easy. I was a student as well at Lambton College. I am originally from Mexico, so I studied at Lambton. I did my co-op. That's the term where you are working. I did my co-op at Lambton College, and then when I graduated, I applied to the postgraduate work permit, and I became a permanent resident and a citizen later on. So anyone can do it. It's really easy. You just have to follow the steps.
Okay. So we are already getting some questions from student as well. I'll ask you some questions. So let me take some questions from the student as well.
Yes.
So Rudra want to know the hospitality management postgraduate diploma.
Okay, so most of the programs that we offer to international students are postgraduates. That means that the student needs to have a degree, a university degree or a college degree to enter a postgraduate. But we also have diplomas. So the question from this student brings me to one thing that we were talking about is the campuses for Lambton College. The main campus is in a city called Sarnia in southwestern Ontario. So this is where the main campus of Lambton College is located. This is where I live in Sarnia, but we have also two other campuses, one in Toronto and another one in Mississauga. Mississauga is really close to Toronto. Actually, when you fly to Toronto and you arrive by plane, you arrive in Mississauga. Toronto's airport is in Mississauga. So it's 25 minutes from downtown Toronto by car. Very, very close. So we do have a hospitality management program, which is a postgraduate certificate that your students can apply, and it is offered in the three campuses.
Okay. So this course have three campuses, so student can actually choose from the location he want or he want to go.
Exactly.
Okay. So what are the benefit from different campuses? Are you offering different subject in different campuses or the same subject in different campuses?
Some programs are offered equally in the three campuses, but some of other programs are only offered in one or the other. It depends on the program. So the main campus in Sarnia is located in a petrochemical region. That means that here in Sarnia, there's a lot of oil and gasoline and petroleum. So outside of the city of Sarnia, there is a big industrial area that is called the Chemical Valley, where you can find more than 8 refineries and many production plants for gasoline, fuel, plastics, chemicals. So, for example, the programs that are related to petrochemicals, such as the chemical production and power engineering program, is only offered in Sarnia, because here is where the students can find a job and where they can practice what they are learning, right? So that program is only offered in Sarnia, for example. Then in Mississauga, as I was saying, it's very close to Toronto, but it's a city that is growing. And it is growing with many tall buildings that host companies from all over the world that are related to information technology. So the companies that sell computers, cell phones, social media, everything related to information technology are found in Mississauga. That's why we wanted to have a campus there. And many of the IT programs are offered in Mississauga. In Toronto, we have programs from everything, right? Especially business. So you can find some programs that are offered in the three campuses and others are specific to one campus. The difference in between the three of them is mainly the price, not the price for the programs, because the programs are the same, but the price of living, the living costs. So here in Sarnia, being a smaller city, the prices for accommodation, for transportation, and for everything in general are less expensive. So just to give you an example, if you go to Toronto, you need to buy the bus pass to move around in public transportation, right? If you don't have a car. So the bus pass in Toronto is $146, I think, for 1 month. Being a student, right? The price for a student, $146 for 1 month. Here in Sarnia, the bus pass costs $170, a little bit more, but that's for 4 months. 4, not 1. So almost the same price, but here you are paying for 4 months, and then there you are paying for 1 month. So it's a big difference. Right. The same applies to other expenses. Also, it's easier to adapt to a smaller community. So we always recommend that the international students start in a smaller community. The facilities here in Sarnia are very modern, very, very new. We just opened 3 buildings last year. So they are really beautiful. You can go into the website of Lambton College and look at the pictures. So I would really recommend for anyone to try to give Sarnia a chance. However, I understand that there are students who say, oh, I want to go to Toronto because I have friends or I have a family there. So that's okay too. That's why we have all the other campuses as well.
Okay, so in Bangladesh, we don't have actually that much opportunity to do a postgraduate diploma in our country because most of the universities not offering these diploma courses. So Bangladeshi students are confused about the postgraduate diploma or postgraduate certificates with the masters. So if you explain us the differences and why students need to choose postgraduate diploma, it will be helpful for the students.
Right. So I think that part of the confusion comes from the names, right? So
Right.
here in Canada, when you say diploma, you are talking about the bachelor's degree level. So a diploma program is for students who have only finished high school. Then they go to a diploma program.
Right.
Here in Canada, when you say a postgraduate degree, it's a postgraduate certificate, not postgraduate diploma. Diploma is for bachelor's degree level. Postgraduate certificate is for after you have a degree. You need to have a degree to go to a postgraduate degree, right? So the reason I see students applying for a postgraduate in Canada, not only in Lambton, but in any other college in Canada, is because they want to have a specialized training that will give them a good opportunity for a well-paid job. That's what they all want, right? To come here and be able to work. So they already have the training in their country, they already have the education, they have their degree, but they want to come to Canada and be able to work in that same field. So the reason to choose Lambton College for that is because first, we are a public college, as I was saying before, which will give you the benefits for migration. The second one is that most of our programs are 2 years long. I would say that 95% of the programs are 2 years long. That will give you the opportunity to stay in Canada after graduation for up to 3 years. Other colleges are only offering 1-year programs. When you study a 1-year program, you can only stay in Canada after you graduate for 1 year as well. So that will not give you enough time to apply for permanent residence. So that's the second one, and it's really important. And the third one is the prices. The prices that we have for our programs are the most competitive. I would say that right now we have the lowest prices in Ontario because we are offering a scholarship program for most of our programs. So those are the 3 reasons, right? The duration, the price, and that we are a public college.
Okay. So Lambton College called #1 research college in Ontario and #2 research college in whole Canada, right? So how actually this number is created, or how they choose decide this who is #1 or who is #2?
Right. So the Ministry of Education, that is in the government of Canada, they have something that's called the KPIs, the Key Performance Indexes. So they evaluate, they assess all the colleges in Ontario and in Canada in those KPIs, in those performance indexes. So there can be many different performance indexes. For example, there is another one that is employer satisfaction. That means how satisfied is an employer when they hire a Lambton College graduate. We are 100% in that as well. For the research that you are talking about, we are also evaluated and we are #1. We have always been in the first 3 places throughout the years. And this year, again, we are #1 in Ontario and #2 across Canada. The reason that we have that very special place is because we have lots of research in our campus in Sarnia. And that is because we have a very close relationship with the industry that I was talking about before. Those refineries, those chemical plants that are here in Sarnia, donate to the college money, equipment, robots, laboratories, many things that we use with our students. Those plants, those refineries are the most interested that the students learn what they need to know to go and work properly in their plants, in their refineries, in those businesses. So this close relationship with the industry has made us number one in research. This is applied research, so it's not just theory, it's applied. That means that the students are creating products or research that they can sell in the market, that can be commercialized.
Okay, so in what level of courses you are offering, and what are the courses actually you are offering to the students?
In general, or for
The level of the courses, or the courses you are offering, and the courses of you
okay,
are offering.
we have more than 98 programs that we offer to international students. Uh, Most of them are postgraduates, but we also have undergraduate level programs, and they are in the fields of business. They are also in information technology, engineering. So there we have the chemical production engineering programs, instrumentation and control, etc. And we also have the community health and creative design school, where you find the programs related to health and education. So
Okay.
those are like the four broad schools that we have, and 98 programs in general.
Yeah, it's so many subjects you cannot actually name everyone at
Yes,
this moment.
no, they would need to go to the website. Your students can
Right.
go to the website and look at the list, or they can contact Worldwide
Ask.
Education, and of
Right.
course, you will be able to help them, right? That's the easiest.
Okay. So how many intakes do you have?
We have three intakes. We can start in January, May, and September. Not all of the programs start in the three intakes, but most of them do. So there are some programs that only start in September, especially in Sarnia.
Okay. So what are the entry requirements for the students, international students, especially from Bangladesh?
Well, it's really easy. I think that some students think that it's really difficult to apply to the college and come to Canada, but no, it's really, really easy. What they need to have is three documents. So the first one is the passport. So then we need to know that they will be able to travel, right? So they need to have a passport. The second document is the transcript and diploma of their education. So if they just finished high school, we need to see the transcript for high school and the diploma for high school studies. If they are going to apply for a postgraduate, then we need to see the high school documents and the university documents. Again, the transcript and the diploma or certificate. And the third document that they need is the proof of English proficiency. So we accept IELTS,
Mhm.
both general and academic. We also accept TOEFL, and we accept our own test of English. Our test is free. They can take it with you, with Worldwide Education. It's not available for direct applicants, so they need to work through an agent, an authorized agent, just like Worldwide Education. So those are the three options for the proof of English proficiency. Of course, depending on the program, we have different requirements. But in general, I would say that most of the programs require 6.0 IELTS with no band less than 5.5, or 75 points in our test, or 79 points in TOEFL. I'm not sure if in your country PTE is popular or not, the
Yeah,
Pearson
some
test.
students are actually can take PT. It's
Okay.
available.
So PTE is also acceptable. We need, in that one, we need 50 points.
Okay. So in this pandemic, some university and colleges accepting Duolingo. Are you expecting Duolingo at this moment?
No, we don't accept Duolingo because we have our own test.
Okay.
So if your students want to take our test, again, it's free. They just need to email you, and you will email me, right, in your turn, and I will provide the link and the code so that your students can take the test.
So let's talk about the scholarship. You are offering scholarship to all of the students, right?
Yes, we are offering to the scholarship to all of the students for what we call the diverse markets. So your country is a diverse market. We want to have more students from different countries. So that's why we are offering the scholarship program. And it is for everyone. So this is an entrance scholarship. What does that mean? It means that you don't have to have a super high IELTS score. You don't need to have a very good GPA. If you are accepted, then you will have the scholarship. Everyone who is accepted will get the scholarship. How does it work? It works like this. So for Sarnia, any program that you select in Sarnia will have a 3,000 Canadian dollar scholarship discount. And for any program in Toronto or Mississauga, 1,000 Canadian dollar scholarship. So it will be discounted from the first year. So you will have to pay less money, of course, and you will also have to show less money when you apply for the visa. Because when you apply for your visa, you have to show that you have enough money to pay for the first year of tuition and your living expenses. So the letter of acceptance will show this discount, and you will need to provide proof of funds just for that amount.
Okay. So what will be the tuition fees after the scholarship or an in average scholarship, and how you divide the first year tuition fees and the second year tuition fees?
Yeah, it depends on the program. So different programs have different tuition fees. All of them are in the website. But I would say that in average, one term in our school is around 8,000 Canadian dollars. So,
8,000.
for example, just to give you an example, let's say the Business Management Human Resources Program. This is a postgraduate certificate, 2 years long. The regular price is 21,400 Canadian dollars right now for the fall, 21,400. With the scholarship, it goes down 3,000 in Sarnia, and you are only paying $18,400 for a 2-year program.
Okay.
So that is
So
an amazing price. It's almost the same thing that you pay in other colleges for 1 year. The main
yes,
difference in Lambton is that most of our programs have a co-op. That is that one of the terms that you are studying is a work term. You are working, you are practicing what you learned. It's usually the last term of your program. So in Lambton College, we don't charge any tuition fees for that co-op program. It's free, right? So you are only paying 3 terms instead of 4 terms. So as I was saying, around 8,000. In the example that I gave you, it's even less, right? Because
right,
it's 21,400 for 2 years.
right. So in the last semester, basically they are paying around 2 or 3,000 Canadian dollar, right? In the third semester actually, and fourth semester is totally free, right?
The fourth semester,
Because
if
they
it
are
is a
they are they're
co-op,
doing job at that time. Yes.
they are not paying any tuition fees. You're right.
Okay. So if you tell us about the co-op a little bit.
Yes, they need to have a certain GPA. It's 2.8 to do the co-op, and they need to be following all the guidelines for the co-op. So they will get a co-op advisor who will let them know what are the requirements for that job. It has been changing a little bit during the last year because of COVID, right? Before COVID, the restrictions for the job were more strict, but now it's a little bit more difficult to get a job. So we are being flexible. However, everyone who has the right GPA and follows the rules of the co-op can have a co-op. We support the students in getting the co-op jobs through many different ways. So they have this co-op advisor, and we also have workshops for them. So those workshops will let them know, for example, how to write a resume in a Canadian way. So maybe it's different in your country than what we use here in Canada. So that is one of the workshops, how to write your resume that will get you the job here in Canada. The second one is about interviews. So we have mock interviews where the teachers or the instructors ask the students the questions that they might get in an interview and let them know how to answer, how to be prepared, how to get dressed for that interview. We have postings of the jobs that are available, and it is the student who applies for those jobs and finally gets the job, right? We don't give them the job, but we prepare them for that. So they have all the support that they need, but it's ultimately their responsibility to get that job.
Okay, so we have some questions as well from the students. Ruth want to know, can student do part-time job? What about job facilities?
Sure. When you come to Canada with a student visa, you can work part-time, that is 20 hours per week when you are studying. Then if you are in an academic break, let's say during the vacation time, you can work full-time, that is 40 hours per week. So yes, anyone who comes here with a student visa can work part-time or full-time in vacation.
Okay. Another question, how is the postgraduate diploma facilities? You want to know the facilities for PGD, major in business administration or international trade?
Yes, we have Business Management International Business. That is one of the most popular programs that we have for international students, and that's what I studied. So my background uh, was in education, and then I studied international business, and that's how I got this job, the recruitment. I started recruitment in Latin America because I am originally from Mexico, but then I was added some other markets such as Bangladesh and Nepal and Philippines. So that's a very good option. We offer that program in Sarnia, in Toronto, and in Mississauga. And we also have business administration he was asking about. So that one we have in Sarnia, business administration. It's more general, so it all depends on the interests of the student.
Okay. Uh, Edina want to know about the accommodation facilities.
Sure. Yes, here in Sarnia, there is a residence inside of the campus grounds. It's walking distance to any of the classrooms. So here in Sarnia, you can be at the residence. That is one of the preferred choices for Canadian students. So you can make many Canadian friends if you are staying at the residence. But we also have homestay, that is Canadian families that want to host international students. And the third option is to rent a house or an apartment, right? So those are the three options here in Sarnia. In Toronto and Mississauga, we don't have a residence, but you can still find a homestay or a rental house or apartment.
Okay. Azmain Bappi, can you please tell more specific towards scholarship? I think you have explained about the scholarship, right? So do you have any other scholarship rather than the entrance scholarship?
There are other scholarship programs that are offered by our partners. For example, GuardMe. GuardMe is the health insurance company that we use to provide the health coverage for our students. So the health insurance is already included in the tuition fees, right? And it is provided by GuardMe. GuardMe also provides other scholarships or bursaries, but it depends on their own basis. So we would announce those when students are already registered. And we also work with other companies such as TD Bank, for example, that is a big bank here in Canada. They also offer some scholarships for business students, but it all depends on them. So we will, if they are offering anything, we will announce it to the students at its time, right?
Okay.
Mhm.
So the question: if student appear Lambton English test, does he has to sit for IELTS later on? Though actually in Bangladesh, embassy have requirements to the English proficiency requirements. So she is asking, if she pass your exam, does she need to apply for IELTS again for embassy purpose?
Yes. So our test is good for the application to the college. However, if you want to apply through SDS for the visa, you will need to have the IELTS done. The reason that we want to have you tested with our test for the application to the college is that you can secure a seat that way, right? Because some of our programs are very popular. So if you wait until you have the IELTS application and then you have the test and then you get the results, some weeks might go by, and then when
Okay,
you apply to the college, there are no seats available. So
right.
that's why we recommend that you take our test to be accepted to the college. And then if you want to apply to your visa through the SDS program, then you take the IELTS. But you already have secured a seat at Lambton.
Okay. So do you accept it? Yes, already she have answered it.
Mhm.
The score is 52, right?
PT, yes, we accept PT 50 points. That's the
50.
minimum requirement. There's only one program of all of the programs that we have that has a special IELTS academic 6.5 requirement, that is the pharmacy program. All of the other ones can accept PT, IELTS, TOEFL, our test. Only the pharmacy program is the only one that needs academic IELTS 6.5.
Okay. Ma'am, is there any opportunity to get a job for co-op where I'll do co-op? Okay, so the student doing co-op to the many industries or offices, actually does they recruit those students after completing the co-op?
So do you mean when they finish their co-op, will they
Right.
continue
Are
in the
they?
same?
Yes. They can they continue over there?
Yes, for sure, for sure. Many students have a co-op job and then they continue in that same job after graduation. That's what happened to me. For example, I studied at Lambton, then I did my co-op at Lambton College, and then I continued working there since then, right? I have only been working for Lambton College since I was a student. So that is one good option for students to continue after finishing in the same job that they did their co-op at.
Okay. Is there any co-op you offering with the program are paid or non-paid? So are the co-op paid or non-paid?
Most of them are paid. Most of them are paid. There's only a few students who accept a non-paid job because they want to go to that company. So I have seen students who want to go do their co-op at Google, for example.
Mhm.
So, but the Google jobs are non-paid,
Okay.
but they want to go there because they want to start their job in that amazing company. So they accept it. But most of the programs or the co-op jobs are paid.
Okay, so we have no more questions. Before going to some questions to you, I am going to explain it to the students in Bengali. So dear students, আপনারা দেখতে পাচ্ছেন যে খুব ভালো একটা প্রেজেন্টেশন হয়েছে, সেখান থেকে অলরেডি আপনারা অনেক ভালো ভালো ইনফরমেশন পেয়েছেন এবং খুব ভালো একটা আইডিয়া পেয়েছেন। এর মধ্যে আমি একটু বাংলা এক্সপ্লেন করি, সেটা হচ্ছে ল্যাম্পটন কলেজ কিন্তু 2 ইয়ার্স কোর্স অফার করছে। 2 ইয়ার্স এর মধ্যে 3টে সেমিস্টার, মানে 1.5 বছর হচ্ছে আপনাকে পড়াশোনা করবেন, লাস্ট যে সেমিস্টারটা সেই সেমিস্টারটা আপনি co-op করবেন। So in 2 years you are actually studying 1.5 year and you are doing job in last 6 months. So এতে যে সুবিধা হচ্ছে সেটা হচ্ছে আপনি কিন্তু আপনার পড়াশোনার পাশাপাশি ওই সেক্টরে আপনি জব করে সেখান থেকে একটু প্র্যাকটিক্যাল এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিতে পারছেন। ইন সাম কেসেস হচ্ছে আপনার যেখানে আপনি co-op করছেন ওরা কিন্তু আপনাকে একসেপ্ট করে নিচ্ছে। So you don't need to tension about getting job after co-op. So that's a very good opportunity. And আরেকটা বিষয় হচ্ছে যে টিউশন ফিস কিন্তু ল্যাম্পটনে যে টিউশন ফিসটা অফার করছে এটা হচ্ছে অন্যান্য ইনস্টিটিউশনে কিন্তু 2 ইয়ার্স যে 1 ইয়ারে যে টিউশন ফিস দিতে হয় আপনি কিন্তু সে ঠিক সেম টিউশন ফি দিয়ে কিন্তু আপনি 2 ইয়ার কোর্স কমপ্লিট করতে পারছেন। সো ফার্স্ট ইয়ারে আপনাকে 16,000 টিউশন ফি দিতে হচ্ছে কানাডিয়ান ডলার, ইন সেকেন্ড ইয়ারে অনলি 3 to 4,000 দিয়ে আপনি কিন্তু কমপ্লিট করে ফেলতে পারছেন। এরপর আপনি জবে যাচ্ছেন, তখন আপনি কিন্তু ইনকামও করছেন। তো এটা অনেক ভালো একটা অপরচুনিটি। Okay, so I have a questions from his students. I think he said he have overall score 6 in IELTS, but one part he have 5. So is it accepted in Lambton?
Right. So the minimum requirement is that you don't have any band below 5.5. You have a 5 in reading, so that does not meet the requirements. And I just have to say this: the reason that we have these minimum requirements is because we want our students to be successful. So, for example, if you cannot read properly, you will not be able to study for your program and maybe you will be failing, right? So that's why we want you to have a better reading skill. So what can happen is that you can level up your English in the reading section through a course that we offer in the term 1. So it is, you can start your program, but in the first term only, for the first 4 months, you will be added an English course. And that English course has an extra cost of $1,071. That's only for the first term. So the answer is yes, you can get accepted, but you will need to get that additional course during the first term to level up your English skills.
Okay. So we are actually very last moment of our session. So before closing, if you want to say something to the students.
For sure, I welcome every application from Bangladesh with lots of happiness in my heart, because we want to have more students from Bangladesh. I invite you to get in touch with Saifur or any of the staff at Worldwide Education. They have been working very hard with us. They have lots of effort in their jobs. They offer very personalized service to you. So they are a good agent to work with. Feel safe to work through them. We will receive their applications right away. And if everything is okay, you will get your letter of acceptance within 1 to 3 business days, so that you can start your visa application as soon as possible. And we will see you in Canada very soon. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for attending.
থ্যাংক ইউ। আপনারা অলরেডি অনেক ইনফরমেশন পেয়েছেন। তারপরে যদি কোনো কোয়েশ্চেন থাকে আপনারা আমাদেরকে কমেন্টস করে জানাতে পারেন, আপনারা আমাদেরকে ইমেইল করতে পারেন, অথবা আপনারা চাইলে কিন্তু আমাদেরকে কলও করতে পারেন। হ্যাঁ, আর হচ্ছে পরবর্তীতে এই ধরনের আরো সেশন নিয়ে ইনশাল্লাহ আপনাদের সামনে হাজির হব। থ্যাংক ইউ লোনা ফর your valuable time. I hope the students will be very will get more information from you in future, and we want to see you again with our some shows here.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so much
much.
for your. Yes. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Greetings from Canada.
Take care.
Bye bye.